Okay, folks, Ralph Claxton here with RalphClaxton.com, and today I'm going to show you a quick little tutorial on how to use Google's Mail, their Gmail, and all the wonderful features that come with it as your branded email. Now, you know how you like Gmail so much that you're willing to settle for an email like this. Something like that, or maybe your business name is the prefix to the @ and it's got Gmail on the end. And you know, as of late we kind of settled for that. Originally we went with the branded with the URL, using the very limited space that comes with that branded email from our host provider. And then some of us use Google Apps for Business, and you know, that's a $50 a year type of deal. Today, real quick, I'm going to show you how to use this Google Gmail without incurring any costs. Okay, are you ready for this? All right, let's get started. So basically what you want to do is create a mail for your Gmail, or I'm sorry, for your hosted account. So when you signed up with your host provider, they sent you a login to access your email. And they also sent you a login to access your cPanel. So whether it's HostGator or Namecheap or whoever you use, everybody should have got that email. Now, if you use something like the Wix and Wex and all that, sorry to hear that. I don't know how to help you there. I really do know how to help you there, but I'm not gonna go there. Anyway, so here's what you want to do. You want to go to your mail accounts in this particular situation. We are right here under mail, and here's the accounts, and we look at the mail accounts and just take a look at what's available. And so we have what I made earlier was info@RalphClaxton.com, and how I did that, I just came in here and typed this. So let's just do an example. We'll be doing contact@RalphClaxton.com, and we'll see it populate down at the bottom. And okay, the password is weak, but it works. Now, here's the deal. This 250 megabytes, it doesn't matter whether you uncheck that or not. I usually uncheck it in case I forget the last step. So I uncheck it and leave it as unlimited. If you leave it checked and you don't clear out your mail on your host server, this here's your host side. If you don't clear it out, it's going to start kicking mail back. So that's why I go unlimited. And then I hit create, and you'll see it pop up down here. So here's contact@RalphClaxton.com. All right, so now how do you access this? Remember I said they sent you an email with the link to that, but here's a way to access it too. You can access webmail. So we're just going to click on that, and it's going to take us to a little page that gives us 3 login options. 1, 2, 3. It doesn't matter which one you use here. It's up to you. I just go with the first because it's in the front. All right, you want to open that up because you're going to need it. It's a little slow, but here it is. Very limited mail. Very limited. Okay, so enough said. Let's go on and go to the next step with this. So now we want to go back to the Gmail. We want to go to this gear wheel over here, go to settings, and then we want to go to account and imports. So here's the information right here. This is the actual Gmail account, and this is one I already made a while back. So I'm going to add a new email. So here's the information right here. Remember I did the contact, so I'm going to type in contact@RalphClaxton.com. So here's the information right here. And make this a little bigger for you folks can see the next step. We're going to go ahead and hit next. Now we're going to need some information because we got to change some stuff up in here, right? So let me go back to the mail that we just created. Here's the mail, but actually I want to go here because I want to get the configuration of the mail client. So that's why I hit the drop down box and got the configuration. This is the information down here we want. Let me make this a little bit bigger. All right, so I want the outgoing mail service. So I'm going to highlight that, and I'm going to take it back over to Well, here's that little fancy box I need. I want to replace it right here. So I paste it in. Now this 587 port number, I already know I can't keep that the same or it's going to fail. So it's requiring me to use port 465. So let me move this over. We're going to go and change this to 465. The contact name, the username is the actual email address. So you got to put all that stuff in there. You just can't leave it the same, as far as I know. Never tried it that way. Actually I have, but so listen to what I'm saying. Do as I say, not what I do. All right. So anyway, password. You definitely want to put your password in there because that's going to allow it to access from the server. And then you hit add. Okay. Now it's saying it failed because there must be a step that I must have made. So let's see. What did I do? Oh, it's obvious, the .com. Why don't you all tell me before I hit the enter? So we put that in there. Now it's looking for a verification code. You say, oh, Ralph, where do we get this verification code? Well, it's going to be in this email. That's why we opened this up. Now sometimes this takes a while. Sometimes it pops right in there. So there it is. So you click on that, open that up. You highlight this and you take it back. You put it in. You hit verify. Now that part's all set, but here's the thing. You're good in terms of sending mail. So let's shoot a message out real quick. It was called what? Contact? Let's spell today. So this is good for sending out, okay? And we hit send, good to go. Now what's going to happen is that message should pop back in here. There it is, me, right back to ourselves. This is what I typed. Okay, now if you want to be able to send your branded URL email from Gmail, you have to do one more step. Let's go back over here to settings. We hit this little gearbox to get to settings. And then what you want to do is go back to account and imports, and you want to go down here to add POP, POP3. So you put the email in that you want to make your branded, or it is your branded. What am I saying? Let's put that in, the whole email.com. You hit next. Now it needs everything again, okay? So we're going to come here. Password and this mail.ralphclaxton.com. We can go back over here and verify that. POP3 mail, Ralph Claxton. The port, oops, outgoing, incoming 110. So we're going to keep that the same. And we're not going to check anything over here. And basically this is what's going to prevent your server from filling up. If you check this, it's going to leave a copy on this mail, which is very limited. Although I checked unlimited, your host provider will start sending you nasty grams saying you're reaching your mail capacity. Okay, so we're going to avoid that altogether. Don't worry about checking this SSL certificate, and you're definitely not going to archive any incoming messages. Reason being is because Gmail gives you like 3 trillion gigabytes worth of space. Okay, so what's the point in bogging this system down? Enough said. We hit add account, we're good to go. So now when I'm ready to send an email from my branded, I come up here and I hit the drop down and I get to typing, you know. Let's see. Now, even though all this stuff is going back and forth into the same box, it's still going to work if it were not going to the same box. And so here it is right here. Now you say, Ralph, I don't want to have to remember to hit the drop down. Okay, I like that. Okay, here's what you got to do. Go back to the gearbox go to settings, come back over here to account and import, and send mail as. See this right here? This send mail as meetclaxton@gmail. That's my default. You have to select the one you want to be a default. If I select that one as the default, and I come back over here, hit compose, there it is automatically. So you don't have to worry about the Dropbox. And that's all you have to do, folks. If you need any help with this, I'll be more than happy to walk you through, jump on a Skype call with you, but it's pretty easy, as you can see. Y'all make it a great one. Come over to the site, ralphclaxton.com. Check out some of the interviews I've done, some of the other cool tricks, tips, things to kind of hack and shortcut your day on the internet. Y'all make it a great one.